So, strength of schedule. Should we even do this?
Yeah, 100%. This means something.
Every year, everybody looks at their schedule and say that schedule's easy or that schedule's tough in the NFL. And it's never what you think it is. It's just always, there's too much unpredictability in the NFL. This is straight data, though. The previous year's combined win percentage. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the teams that you're playing, their combined winner percentage, and it stands to reason that the first place teams have the toughest schedule because you play 3 positional games, which means your schedule is the exact same as your division, where you play everybody in your own division twice. That accounts for 6 games. Then you play one other NFC division, all of you. Last year for the Lions and all the NFC North, it was the NFC East.
So that's another 4.
So now you're at 10 games. Then you play an entire AFC division. And last year was the AFC East, right? Jets, Patriots. Yeah, it was the AFC East. And that's 14 games. And then you play 3 positional games. So in the NFC, you'll play 2 first-place NFC teams and 1 first-place AFC team if you're a first-place team. Lions were a second-place team. So it stands to reason that first-place teams have a slightly more difficult schedule, depending on –
correct.
Because they'll play 3 first-place teams. But anyway, here's how toughest schedule in football next year belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. Their opposing winning percentage is .566. The Dolphins are second. Their opponents' combined win percentage is .554. Patriots are third at .549. Cowboys and Giants are .549. Do you think that the Lions' schedule next year will be top half in terms of difficult? Level of how difficult?
They're playing the AFC West, correct?
Playing the AFC West and the NFC South, right?
Is it the South? Yeah, I think it is. It is the South. And then they play like the Cowboys and somebody else. No, I don't think it's going to be the top half.
It is not. Based upon winning percentage, the Lions' schedule is their opposing team's winning percentage is .495, 20th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, and the reason it's that tough is because you got 14-3 Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise it's the AFC West, 10-7 Chargers, 6-11 the Raiders, 5-12 Broncos. The South is terrible. They didn't have a single winning team in the South. You get the East, and they're going to play the Cowboys. They were 12-5, so that jumps it up.
Is that their second? That's their second place game.
Yeah.
Right? Baltimore is a second place game.
Yeah, and Baltimore was 10-7 last year, and then of course they've got the 2 games they play against the Vikings, another 13-win team from last year. That's what skews it, because I don't think the Vikings are that good.
The Vikings in Green Bay, I can't imagine they're going to be as good as they were a year ago. So this is based upon their winning percentage last year. I shouldn't say no way.
No way.
But how shocked would you be if either the Vikings or Packers were better than they were a year ago?
I'd be absolutely positively shocked if the Vikings were better than what they were a year ago, which was they were a 13-win team. I don't think there's any way they're going to be.
If they brought back the exact same group and nobody aged at a bit, I still don't think they'd win 13 games. And then Green Bay lost. They've got a total unknown at quarterback. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, they've got that. I think the team that's going to make up the most ground is Chicago.
Yep.
From a 3-win team, and I think they could
probably be better.
They could be closer to 500, but they're not going to. I don't think they'll be better than 500. I don't think they're going to win 9 games, but I can see them winning 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings, I think, are going to come down. But, yeah, I mean, aside from a few teams there, the Lions have a really easy schedule when you look at it. Now, are the Lions leaps and bounds better than the rest of those teams? I think they're better, and we feel pretty good about them. You know, and I think we're starting to boast a little bit and maybe unashamed doing this boasting. But, yeah, we should win the North. Damn it, they're good enough. Playing the NFC South. Yeah, you know what? That's 4 games.
Somebody there's going to be better, but
of course, somebody's going to be better. New Orleans is probably going to be better. They've got is it what's his Derek Carr?
Derek Carr
is over there. I mean, they were 7-10 last year. Derek Carr is better than what they had last year, even though I don't like Derek Carr. Carolina, I think Carolina they lost momentum because they didn't keep their head coach. The guy who was the interim, he was really good. They didn't keep him. So, and going with a younger quarterback, good luck with that. There's nothing in the South that scares you. The AFC West, those are, obviously the Chargers and Chiefs are really good. So I like the schedule. The schedule is definitely in the Lions' favor.
I'm not sure what to make of the AFC West because the Raiders, well, let's start at the top. Kansas City, we know they're good. They're going to be formidable, and that doesn't seem like there's much debate about that. Vegas Raiders, they might have upgraded a quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo, but I'm not sure Garoppolo isn't just a taller Derek Carr. The Chargers are always good, but I don't know. I mean, I expect them to be good again. And my real question is, was Denver authentically bad? Like, is Russell Wilson, did they really jump on board a sinking ship when they went and got Russell Wilson?
I think Russ was hurt, and I think worse than he wanted to let on to, because he knew that he was just there, and they gave up so much to get him. He felt obligated to play.
Right.
I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as he was last year. I don't think Denver's as bad as they were last year. But I still don't think that's a good football team. I mean, 500 at best. Well, if there's no longer 500. Are they an 8 or 9 win team? Probably somewhere in that range. But they won 5 games last year. They were terrible last year.
Yeah.
But I haven't done a deep dive to see what Denver's additions were this year, what subtractions they had. I just would expect Russell Wilson to be a much better quarterback this year than what he was last year.
Well, it's interesting because this Lions schedule, when I first saw the divisions they were playing, I was concerned mostly about the AFC West. And then after as time has passed, I'm like, you know what? I'm not as worried about it. And then I took a look, and you're like, and the data tells you that it's not one of the stronger schedules. So I circled back to the original Vegas total of 9.5. Last year they won 9 games, and the Vegas win total for the Lions is 9.5. They probably do this in every town where they think over. But doesn't that feel like a good over?
I think it feels like a great over.
Yeah.